Hello, ladies and gents, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Lucy Davis, and today we are going to be speaking about A for authenticity. So just before that we go on, please do remember, if you are seeing my channel for the first time, please do remember to go and hit the thumbs up button if you like this video. Please do subscribe, and if you would like any more information on myself, go to the description and you will be able to see how to get in touch with me, my website, all of my free social media pages where you can get access to daily videos and lives with yours truly. So let's speak about A for authenticity. Now, it's really interesting because I obviously did D for discernment last week, and I actually feel that there's a whole series of these videos that we actually need to be stepping into. This video today has to be about authenticity because I am witnessing so many people starting to step up and into their truth, which is a really, really beautiful thing to see. However, there are so many people out there as well that are trying to hold people back from being authentic because it's not their blend of authenticity. So, ladies and gents, what is very important right now is that we recognize that we are living in a polar world. We have been living in a polar world the whole of our human existence this lifetime. So let's just talk about this lifetime right now because it's the one that we all know. Everything as we know it in the universe has a negative and a positive charge, and it's very much about this process that we're going through at the moment. The last couple of years that we have been stepping through is very much about collapsing that polarized view, and the only way that we can collapse that polarized view is first and foremost knowing who we are. And off the back of knowing who we are, standing in our truth, using our discernment to figure out, does this person feel right? Does that person not feel right? Like, how does this feel to me? Now, very few of us know who we are. There are very, very few of us who actually really remember who we are and what we got sent here to do. There are a number of people on the planet who do know. However, some of those people are being led astray right now. Some of those people have got lost in the murky waters. Some of those people, they were doing their thing and then maybe something happened, like, maybe something tragic in their family and it's taken them back. So it's taken them off their path. And this is what we're living through. We are living through a time of distractions. We are living through a time where so many people cannot see that we are actually collapsing polarity. So people often say to me, but Lucy, how do you remain like calm? How do you remain in your truth? How do you remain like on the path constantly? Like, why does nothing faze you? And I'm going to be real with you guys, like really, really real. Things do faze me. Things do make me question things, like people, particularly at the moment, I'm looking at them and I'm like, oh, wow, okay, right. Oh, okay, there's a little bit of tweaking I need to do here, or a little bit of navigation I need to do around the situation, predominantly around people, because obviously that's what I do. I work with people. However, the reason I can constantly stay on my path, the reason that no matter what, no matter when I got sick back in July, or, like I bust my finger a few days ago, like no matter what happens to me, I remain in my authentic truth because, and this is the secret, this is the key to it, I know who I am. I know who I am. I know who I was sent here to be. Not my soul mission. I mean, I do know my soul mission and I'll do a separate video on that. I do know my soul mission, but I know who I am. I know what I like. I know what I'm not so much of a fan on. I know the colors that speak to me. I know the feelings that I get when certain things happen. I know my hobbies. I know what makes me tick as a human being, because right now I am living the human experience. And there is a huge disconnect with so many people out there, like really, really bright souls, because you're like, I know I'm spiritual and I know I'm supposed to be doing this, but this doesn't resonate and that doesn't resonate. And, I can't quite get my head around it. We must recognize that we are living the human experience right now. And if you can step in and love your human and allow your human to be, and actually allow it to befriend and get connected to your soul, this is where true authenticity comes from. I, like other people, get distracted. I see something coming up and I'm like, oh my gosh, I would love to do that. But I know what I am here to do. I am here to get people from this space into here. I know that I specialize in human behaviors. I can spot human behaviors. I can pick up words. I can pick up vibrations. And that's why the brand that, my brand, or one of my brands, is called Self-Love Club. Because the only way that we get to ascend, the only way that we can truly tap in, is by recognizing who we are. And as many as the amazing healing modalities that are out there, unless you make the decision to say, I'm deciding to heal, I'm deciding to ascend, I'm deciding to up level, or whatever words speak with you, and then really recognizing that who you are and what makes you tick and what doesn't make you feel so happy, and being honest and open about it. I did a Instagram live this morning, and, I had to call people out on being delusional. It always comes from a space of love, but that's me being authentic. Right now, we must be standing in our truth. And I've done a separate video that I'll link back to right now, called Standing in Your Truth. It's very important. There are people out there that believe that they are right and you are wrong, when in reality, there is no right and wrong. Again, I've done another video. If you scroll back through my YouTube channel, you will hear my perspective on that. Nobody knows right now. People that channel, like myself, people that are super intuitive, like myself, we kind of feel things and we have this inner knowing, but we don't know when, we don't know the timelines. We're kind of just sharing from our authentic space so that it might give you a little bit of comfort. That's certainly why I do it. Anyway, I can only speak on behalf of myself. But let's say, for example, let's give a really good example. So let's say, for example, I love people that are psychic, and I know I'm psychic, but I know it's not my strongest gift at all. Now, I could ditch all of my tools because I really want to go and be psychic. Like, oh, I love it so much. It's such a powerful tool. I would love to do that. Or maybe mediumship, is another really good example. As you know, I'm looking to extend my mediumship capabilities. And however, I know I am really intuitive. I know that that is what I'm here to do. So as much as they're a hobby and I love them and I can bring them into my work, my authentic truth is working with people to observe their behaviors, working with people to recognize where they are holding themselves back. And I actually shared this morning on my Instagram live because somebody made a comment, and I actually said to the lady, when you set yourself such high targets of, I've got my stuff together, of course you are going to fail. Of course it's going to sting. Of course you are going to have moments, because we are living in this polar world right now. So be authentic. Be authentic in your truth and evolving. I say that. I work with thousands of people around the world on their spiritual journeys. I admit I am still evolving. Every day I am evolving. Every day I'm learning how to love me that little bit more, because I know that creates the the connection with God, divine, universe, ascension, like spirit, whatever you would like to call it. We must be authentic in this now moment. Whatever that looks like. If authenticity looks like telling someone to go take a long walk off of a short pier, then that's that's you being authentic. I just remind you constantly to come back to, is this my ego that's piping up? Is it because I'm not being heard? Am I stamping my feet because I'm not being seen, or something like that? Because that is prevalent at the moment. It's very prevalent. There are people having hissy fits. There are people that are, wanting to get their own way. And because they're not, they are literally having a meltdown. So remember, is this authentic? Should I use your discernment? Am I standing in my truth? Do I even know who I am? Ask yourself some really basic questions like, who am I? What do I like? What do I not like? Now, most people can do that, what you don't like, very easily. But when you actually look at things that you really like, and behaviors and feelings and colors and things like that, people get stumped because we've forgotten. We've got lost along the way. We've got caught up in this polarized world. And every single thing that we are doing right now is to collapse the polarity. The only way we can get out of this 3D, 4D matrix, or maybe you want to call it lower consciousness that we're in. Maybe you want to call it earth, rather than higher consciousness or heaven on earth. To break out of this matrix that has been put in and around us, because it is inside of us as well. Not enough people talk about that. The way we're going to do that is by self-love, is by authenticity, is by standing in our truth. And that doesn't mean you have to agree with me. Doesn't mean you have to agree with other spiritual mentors. No freaking way. If something doesn't feel authentic to you, don't do it. Stand in your truth. For me, authenticity is love. Now, if I all of a sudden put myself back in the situation 7, 8, 9, 10 years ago, where I was a badass and I was tough and I was not vulnerable and I wasn't living my authentic self, those people would judge me based on the old version of me. Of course they would, because that's what they know. They don't know this Lucy, and if they do, they probably think she's batshit crazy. Like, some people used to follow me on my social media before Facebook took my account down, and I don't question that those people thought I was batshit crazy. Because I've gone from this person who was angry, who was really feisty, who was always having to be right, to somebody who's like, yeah, you're right. You know what? Yeah, you're entitled to your opinion. Like, your perspective matters. From your perspective, you're correct. From my perspective, I'm correct. And I'm all about love. And I remember people on Facebook in January and February 2020, when I was talking about the love vibration, everybody was taking the mick out of me. Oh, Lucy, you're crazy. What are you talking about? The love vibration. But that is normal to me. That's natural to me. It's authentic to me. If you're not in that space yet, that's not going to feel natural to you. So be authentic. But when I say be authentic, remember that you're here to evolve. So what is authentic today might not be authentic in 6 months' time. That may be the same with the people that you follow. That may be the same with the foods that you're eating. That may be the same with the supplementation that you're taking. Like, do you recognize you and what you are capable of being and live it? Ask yourself every day, is this getting me closer to my goal? Whatever your goal may be. And if the answer is no, why are you living out of anything but authenticity? Authenticity is banded around so much, and there are so many people that believe that they are living in their authentic truth, but behind closed doors, they're a totally different person. This is what we need to do. We need to recognize, like, if that's who I am, I'm just going to be that person. Luckily, I know, and everybody that knows me, whether it's physically or online, they know that it's about love with me. I get really emotional when I look back at how angry I used to be. I would love to go back and put everything right that I did wrong to myself and to people, but I can't. So I authentically own it. If you've ever been to any of my programs, any of my evening seminars, anything that I do where I speak and I share my journey, I am real and I am raw and I am blimmin' authentic. Because I don't pretend that it didn't happen. I own every step of it. And some people, they're not prepared to let go of that version of me, and that's okay. But that version of me no longer exists. Like I say, it's okay that people can't let go of that. It impacted them. When you've broken somebody's heart and you were quite mean and, angry, of course, how are they going to now think that you're this person that just emanates love? Doesn't mean that you need to revert back to that old version. It means you just need to speak up more. You need to stand in your truth more. You need to be even more authentic than you ever have been, so that that person can recognize that they're holding on to trauma that no longer exists. Ladies and gents, A is for authenticity. I'm going to link back to my D for discernment video, just because part of the series now. I love you guys to the moon and stars. Have the most beautiful day. Take care.